This is WQKR, 91.5 FM, 1270 AM, and streaming at www.wqkr.
They came. Things. Horrible things.
Coming to you live from the Richland building.
I don't know where it's going to go. I swear to God.
Bringing you the best in local, regional, and national sports.
Name buckle your seatbelt to it. Because campus is going bye-bye.
It's Roughing the Microphone on WQKR.
And here we go.
You can't drop this news on me 3 seconds before going on the air.
That's what I do. I try to get you.
You wait until I'm about ready to hit the button and then just like,
oh, by the way.
Yeah. But I hadn't heard this. Let's start the show with it. Go ahead.
You want to start the show with it?
Sure, go for it.
The Atlanta Braves have just traded Justin Upton to the Padres. 29 homers and 108 RBIs going to the outfield in San Diego, along with Matt Kemp.
Yeah. And,
you know, we were talked about yesterday that the deal might be put on hold for Matt Kemp.
Because of the arthritis in the hips.
Evidently, they went on and took the deal. It's pushed through. You know, now he joins Kemp. And who was the other one? There was another big name player that was traded as well. And I'll find that later.
Well, speaking of trades, local NBA your hometown boy, Corey Brewer, traded to the Rockets.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah, well, here, I'll drop that one on you.
You're dropping one on me now.
Turnabout's fair play.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
He got traded to the Rockets last night.
You were going to talk about Rondo.
No, that too. We talked about that a lot last night. And I think it actually happened while our show was on the air. They heard us talking about it. He said, well, if Tim and Matt are talking about it, we got to get this done.
We might as well get it done because if they're talking about it, it's a done deal.
I'm sure that's exactly how it went down.
If it's not, it's what it should have been.
That's right. But, yeah, he's traded to the Rockets. Him and the center, Ronnie, and I forget how to pronounce his last name. Foreign name?
Foreign name? That foreign name guy.
But, yeah, and the Rockets, Corey already has one NBA championship ring with the Mavericks, and the Rockets are no slouches.
No, the Rockets are no slouches. They're definitely a title contender. That's for sure.
I was talking earlier today. Corey's not going to be that guy that has 25 points a game, 30 points a game, light the world on fire, things like that. But I've heard from many NBA players, and I think Corey fits into this category. If you can knock down a jumper and play defense, you can have a long career in the NBA. And I think that's going to be Corey. I think he's going to have one of those, 15, 20-year careers, just as a role player. And that's going to be there a long time.
Well, right now he's averaging 10.5 points per game. 3.9 rebounds, 2.3 steals in just 24 games to the Wolves. Pretty good little stats to add on to James Harden and Dwight Howard.
Right. The divas don't want to play defense. You got to have somebody that's willing to get in there and play defense.
Yeah, I mean, now he's going for that fourth ring.
That's right. I was
NBA ring.
Talking with our guest expert before the show. We've got Patrick Flanigan with us here, and he's here to talk Western Kentucky athletics. I was talking to him before the show, and it's a shame that Corey has a championship on every level of competition except the high school level.
That's a product of Portland.
Yeah, well, I mean, I actually got to cover those games when he was playing. I was a photographer for the newspaper.
They did
got to go to the state tournament. Yeah, they went to the state semifinal.
That's right.
So that was cool. Yeah, that was cool to cover.
Yeah,
they had to go and shoot the game at Vanderbilt though, and that court's messed up.
That court is messed up. I mean,
it's hard to watch a game. You ever seen the Vanderbilt basketball court?
No.
They've got the benches under the goals instead of on the sides.
Oh, wow.
It's an elevated floor.
Yeah.
So, all the fans in the front row are actually sitting about, the floor is sitting about waist high on them.
So you get to watch their knees.
Yeah, you get to watch their knees pretty much, yeah. You get to see up their shorts, so go to the girls' games.
Yeah. I was going to make a different joke, but we'll say, back in the baggy pants era, you might actually see cauliflower, from time to time.
There you go.
If they're going commando.
Well, we're going back to our typical ways now.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Sophomore humor. That's what keeps us on the air.
Keeps us on the air.
It's what keeps us on the air and will probably be eventually what takes us off the air.
Exactly.
But what else? We've got other headlines. Of course, you talked about the Rondo trade going through. Titans won last night, still in that driver's seat for the number 1 pick in the draft.
Jameis Winston.
Oh, okay, story time. I had not heard.
Yeah.
Well, and I told you that, or maybe I told one of you this.
You told me
that I did some Christmas shopping today since we just had a half day, and I had not heard. I've been working all day and just hadn't heard who'd won the game last night. Titans were up 10-0 when I turned to something else. I'm like, hey, they're cruising, you know. And of course, the kid, do you want to watch something else? I won't get into that.
Yeah. Whole another story right there.
Whole nother story right there.
Whole another story right there.
But I'm looking for, you know, I want to find, and listeners, if you ever find one, buy it and send it to me, and I promise I will pay you back because I can't find it anywhere. I used to have a black Dallas Cowboys visor, and I wore it so much, I wore it out. It literally fell apart. And I always stop by any place that sells hats to try and find one.
Why would
even
anybody
online.
have one?
Even online.
Why would anybody want one?
Don't make me come across there and smack you.
I am surrounded by Cowboys fans.
That's right.
Hey, now that's my sore arm.
Yeah, you're within smacking distance to me, so watch it.
Yeah, that's my sore arm from the basketball game Tuesday night.
But I was going into all the all the different stores that sell sports, clothing at the mall, even the place that just sell hats.
Yeah.
Like all the Titans gear was 50% off. I'm like, now I know who won last night.
I know who won last night. That's great. But, man, Titans. Boy, I feel so bad for them. But I really pray and hope. Is it bad for me to pray for that? I mean, really? Because I really want that to happen so bad.
Scripture says all requests on all occasions.
There we go.
So I take the Scripture for what it says.
I really want Jameis Winston to the Titans. I really do.
And it's not because you think it'll make the Titans better.
No, not at all.
It's because it'll give us fodder. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to have him here in Nashville so close, to be able to make fun of him from a
Publix will have to up the security, in this area.
I say Publix ought to give him an endorsement deal.
Yeah.
I mean, be an advertisement holding up, crab legs on sale, $5.99 a pound.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
If he's going to, all right, tangent. But if I saw the video today, the surveillance store video. First time I'd seen the surveillance video from where he did that. If you are a Heisman Trophy winner and you're known for your mobility in the pocket, you should move a little faster than what he moved.
He was trying to be inconspicuous.
I guess.
He was trying to slide out of there.
I tell you what, if he would have just stuck him under his shirt, shook some hands on the way out, he probably would have got off scot-free. No one would have.
Would have been better to me if he was running through Publix and a store manager comes up and he gives him the stiff arm, and knocks him down, hurdles the next guy. Clark tries to jump out with a broom, hurdles him, better.
Gets out in the parking lot and spikes the crab leg.
Yeah, just bam.
Does a touchdown dance.
Yeah, be perfect.
I think you guys just wrote the commercial for him.
There you go.
Yeah. And the tagline, crab legs so cheap, it's like you're stealing them.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, hey, there it is. Right there.
That's going to be our retirement career. We're going to go into the advertising industry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's we come up with so many great ideas that way.
There's a reason why I saw that footage for the first time. And folks, if you have not been to our Facebook page in the last 24 hours, you got to go.
We have a treat for you.
Matt posted an epic video on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's called 5 Will Survive, talking about Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
It's a parody to I Will Survive. I busted a gut. I think I'm going to have hernia surgery, over Christmas break. That thing is so funny.
Yeah.
But y'all got to check that out. It's at Roughing the Mic at WQKR on Facebook.
You definitely got to check it out because, it's just perfect. You couldn't have done it. I couldn't even, if I took a week to plan out a video, I couldn't have done it. If I took a year and planned it out, I couldn't have done it no better than that.
It's great. But we are going to talk a lot about Western Kentucky today as our resident guest expert, Patrick Flanigan, is all things Western Kentucky. Graduated Western Kentucky, now works at Western Kentucky, dressed in Western Kentucky.
That's right.
Bleeds red.
He bleeds red.
I know bleed red.
Yeah, bleeds red.
And if you can tell me what, we talked about this the other day, what in the heck is Big Red?
Awesome.
That's your that's your first question.
I actually didn't expect that question. I don't know why, but yeah, he's a big red blob of awesome.
I like that. Yeah. I like that answer.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
That was pretty quick.
And that's why he's an expert. That's right there.
That just stated all of his qualifications right there in one answer.
Yeah, perfect answer.
And according to my 2-year-old, he's a terrifying blob of awesome. We ran into him at an event on campus the other day, and just the look of sheer terror in her eyes.
Well, anything with a mouth that big has to be terrifying.
Well, that had to be her first thought. He can eat me in one bite. Yeah. That's all it takes.
Look at the size of him. He's red, and he has a mouth that can eat me in one bite. Yeah, I'd be scared too.
Right, so we're working on that. We're doing some conditioning at home.
Get the smaller versions.
Right, yeah. We're going to work up. Yeah, we're going to work our way up.
Yeah, one that she can like dismantle and say, "Look, oh yeah, I can defeat this guy."
You're missing the opportunity here. You know, if you don't want to be, a spanking family, go psychological warfare. Get a big plush toy, a Big Red, and every time she gets out of line, are we going to have to call Big Red?
Hey, wait a minute.
Are we going to have to get Big Red in here?
He's already started the psychological. I can't even say that psychological warfare. He's already got his 2-year-old girl vacuuming the floors already. Have you not seen his Facebook page?
No, but Jack was doing that.
Yeah, he's already got her trained. Hey, you vacuum, you clean that mess up. You vacuum it up. You made that mess. He's already got her doing that.
Okay, story time.
Okay,
there you go.
I posted that picture on my Facebook page of Abby vacuuming the floor with the comment, "Finally having kids is starting to pay off." A friend of mine that I knew years back used to work with her posted, and she said what they all those women say, "Joe, she's growing up way too fast." And I said, "No, she's not. Wish she'd grow a little faster so she could dust my bookshelves for me."
She can safely climb a ladder.
Right,
Yeah.
It's like a comedian one time said, I never thought I would have kids, but then eventually you just get tired of mowing the yard.
Exactly.
We live in an apartment, so we have to be a little more creative with the chores. But
that's a good idea.
She's 2. She's got to start earning her own way sometimes.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, next thing you're gonna know, she's gonna be washing dishes and ironing PJ's shirts for work.
Well, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we are going to talk Western Kentucky athletics. So tune in for that. And my first question is, why should we care about Western Kentucky athletics? That's the first question I'll ask our expert. You're listening to Roughing the Microphone on WQKR.